Good morning. Welcome to Against the Public for January 18th. Hope everyone was able to cash in on that easy free winner last night with the Phoenix Suns and the Washington Wizards. Wizards never disappoint on defense, so we cashed that over ticket quite easily. Right now, it's 5 o'clock Pacific time on the 17th, so all records that we talk about on the show will be reflective of that. My name is Dana Lane. Thanks for joining me. All access customers still on a pretty great run, 51-34 over the last 85 plays, 61% winners. If you're not an all access customer right now, there is no better time than the present to become one, because we have a massive slate of games on Saturday, massive slate of games on Sunday, and of course a national championship game on Monday. Over the last 7 days, all access players have done is enjoyed a 59.2% win rate for 1,105 units. That's number one amongst cappers with at least 55 selections. Now, just a programming note, I will not have a video for Sunday's games or for Monday. So just take note of that. Next 2 days, no video. I'll be back for games on Tuesday, just taking advantage of the long weekend. I will still have premium plays locked and loaded up on pickdawgz.com, so that's the only way you can take advantage of my selections this weekend. Just hit the link below if you want to see what we've done on a daily basis. Every play, for better or worse, is up there on pickdawgz.com. Today we go to college basketball for our free winner. But before we do that, I just want to give you an idea of what we're looking at on a massive Saturday card. These games are subject to change, but this is what I've kind of penciled in so far, in 110 games in college basketball on Saturday. And we're going to start things off with Creighton and UConn. Looks like I'm going to pull probably 6 games off of this card, which means we'll have a 5-pack of college basketball games, which we usually only have a 3-pack, but we'll have a 5-pack, and of course we'll have that up there for a discounted rate as well. College hoops customers are on a 45, is that 45? Yeah, 45 and 29 runs, 61% winners, 1,477 units. And just to break that down a little bit further, over the previous 30 days, we've cashed 58% winners plus 1,240 units. And of course, 55% winners this entire season in college basketball plus 1,503 units. We'll have 4 games in the National Hockey League, so one more than we usually have. There's 4 plays that I like on the ice, and we'll start things off with the Devils and the Flyers very early on Saturday. I love cards like this. It's a lot of work, I can tell you that. A lot of guys that go through each and every game, they'll tell you the amount of work that they have to put in, but we do it every single day. So happy to do it, and glad that this is on our plate, because remember a time where we didn't have any games. So I'm not going to complain about the amount of games that we have, but we look to extend our 20-10 NHL money line run plus 1,152 units. 14-7 run over the last 7 days. That's number one amongst cappers with at least 10 plays. And of course, 59% winners over the last 30 days. Also number one amongst cappers with at least 40 plays. NBA presenting a short card on Saturday, just 6 games, but we'll have 3 of those on our card, starting with the Phoenix Suns and Detroit Pistons. And of course, I mean, we're not going to ignore the elephant in the room. Houston Texans, Kansas City Chiefs, Washington Commanders, Detroit Lions. They're already locked in on pickdawgz.com, so you can go there right now and take advantage of 2 plays on the divisional round playoff games on Saturday. Not much more to say about our NFL credentials over the last 4 months. 8-1 current run in the postseason, 6-1 on sides, 6-1 run on totals. That dates back to the regular season. Number 1 overall in the postseason, 56% NFL winners over the last 90 days. That's number 1 amongst cappers with at least 75 plays or more. All records, as we said, all plays and records are documented at pickdawgz.com. So we'll have 15 plays in all for all access customers. Thank you so much to everybody who jumped on board with the long-term pass for Friday night. Looks like those 7-day passes are pretty popular at this time. So very thankful for each and every one of you, whether you get a long-term pass or an individual play. Of course, there's only one way to get every play that I release, and that's to simply become an all-access member for the next 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, but I'd like to emphasize that annual all access pass where you can get every play that I release for just $4.11. It will take you right to this point next year, 2026. So you get every play over the next 365 days for just $4.11 a day. Guys, I understand talking about all that, it's a little bit probably fast forward through it, but the reason I do that is because this is a very competitive market. This is a very competitive field with great handicappers, and most of the great handicappers are right here on pickdawgz.com. So yeah, you gotta toot your horn a little bit because nobody's gonna toot it for you. And when you're going well, you gotta let everybody know. So that's why I take the time to do that. And thank you for being patient. Let's head to your free play. We'll start. Your free play will come from the Atlantic 10, game number 661, 662, starting at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, 11 o'clock Pacific, between the Bonnies of St. Bonaventure and the Dukes of Duquesne. St. Bonaventure is a 2.5-point favorite with a total of 126.5. The Bonnies are 15-3 straight up this year, 14-3 ATS. One of those games was not a board game. There are 3 games to the under this season. They're coming off an expected win against Richmond, get back on track after failing to cover 2 straight games for the first time this year. Dukes are 8-9 straight up, 7-9 ATS, 6-10 to the under. They're coming off an impressive 8-point win against George Washington on the road as a 4-point dog. They've now won and covered 5 of their last 6 games as an underdog and 8 of 11 straight up after starting the season 0-6. This rivalry always seems to come down, or not always, but a lot of times comes down to the last few possessions. The Dukes have covered 3 straight games head to head. 12 of their last 19 games have been decided by 6 points or less. I think the Bonnies are going to have a lot of trouble finding space with their methodical brand of basketball against the Dukes. Have been really so good at making every opponent's shot pretty difficult. Of course, from time to time they have lapses defensively, but you take away those 6 games to start the season, from that point on, they've been really good defensively, making just about every opponent's shot difficult. I think we're going to see Trey Dinkins much better than he was against George Washington. Amazing, and really you have to give them a pat on the back, because even with Dinkins not having a good game, 1-6 from 3, they still were able to get a massive victory and continue that streak. I think he's going to be much better from the floor in this game. We're going to go, especially from 3. I think he's going to have a field day from beyond the arc, and that's where they are going to lengthen that lead in the second half. And the Bonnies are a team he can definitely go off on. So we're going to take Duquesne. We're going to take them to continue that streak, plus the 2.5, 3 points. Got a shot for that number. Looks to be about 2.5 right now. So we'll take that plus. We'll take that plus the plus points there. Sorry, we'll take the plus points in this game. I'm not going to do the video again, but I appreciate each and every one of you for watching on a daily basis. Thank you so much for all the likes and the comments on the YouTube page. And don't be afraid to leave a comment, for better or worse. If you got something that you think would improve the show, I'd be more than happy. In fact, I do have a question for you, and I was thinking about this today, and you guys can help me out on this. I try to dig in. I'm always trying to find the advantage with the number, but I'm also always have a little bit of an eye on sales as well. So as a customer, are you more interested in getting the better of the number and getting the very best plays that I can find? Or do some of you, would you rather, hey, look, maybe it's not as strong of a play, but it's a better quality game? Would you rather have the best games put up, or would you rather have, still quality plays? I'm not going to say we're not going to just put games up just because it's the number 1 game on the board, or, it's Indiana, Ohio State tonight or whatever. We're not going to put those games up just because. But would you rather see those big-time games put up there, or more big-time games, rather than talking about St. Bonaventure and Duquesne? Always kind of curious about that, where people's interest lies. So maybe you can help me out on that when you get a chance. Anyway, go to pickdawgz.com, guys. Get on board with the individual plays. Get on board with the all access plays. Guys, $4.11 for the next 365 days. You can't beat that. Get on board right now. You can't. This is a critical time in the year, even though it's early in the year. It's a critical time for your bankroll because this is when all the sports come together, except baseball. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Saturday.